Okay, two things. One is this is my old Parkside bandsaw that I did a couple of videos on before. First one was whenever I first got it, I was in the middle of doing a review and it broke down. Second one was the repair of that, and so this is a few years later. It has given wonderful service, and the only thing that was that recently the bandsaw blade broke. I've welded the blade twice now, and I thought the third time, okay, it's probably, probably time for a new one. So I bought myself three replacement blades here, and I hope they fit. It's very hard to find sizes. It actually looks kind of like the right sort of thing anyway. But we'll go through that in a minute. First thing I wanted to do was in here. If you cast your mind back, if you saw the previous video, we had an issue here where well, there was no real bushing in here. The whole thing had just seized up solid. I emeryed it down a little bit to give it a bit of clearance and greased it back then. It's done quite a few hours since then, cutting steel, even wood, all sorts of bits and pieces. Anything that needed cut, I've thrown under it, and it's been absolutely fine. So I think what we're going to do first is just investigate how good the repair has held up. And actually, I'll get my a little bit of grease as well, just to re-grease it if it needs it. There we go. Oops, we're in there. And then I need a 4mm hex. This just loosens, yeah. Okay, circular pliers we have to hand. Come on. Circular pliers, clip. This. Oh, that's held up quite well. What do you think? That's held up remarkably well. The belt is a little bit it's more like metal particles that are in it. That's not the belt. There's a kind of rubber tire for want of a better word, that's it's got a little bit of roughness to the edge of it there where the cutting side of the blade goes, but that's okay. So yeah, look, there's still a little bit of grease on there, and it's just a plain bushing. That's right, there was another fiber washer on the back which is still there. So I'm just going to get a bit of grease, and I think what we'll do, let's get a rag and we'll take off the old one, other grease, because that will have wear particles. Oh, there's polystyrene or paper or something falling off my rag. Get a clean rag. Anyway, come on. Let's have a look. I think this one. Oh yeah, that's just the fiber washer. Come on, go. Wonderful stuff. That's really good. I'm really glad that it's held up well. So we're just going to get rid of any of the particles that have been in there, but there wouldn't be many because it does feel like it's fairly clean. The grease has done its job. Alright, that's close enough. So that's kind of too much, because A, there isn't much clearance, and B, fiber washer. Yeah, should have put that on first. I'm wiping all my grease down to the bottom with a fiber washer. Rookie mistake. Yeah, anyway, we will do this. Do that. No harm in a bit of grease under the washer. Do that. which is wonderful. And then we put this on. Oh, come on. All right. That's actually, you can feel it's a little bit more liquid this time with the fresh grease, which is okay. I think, yeah, we can put this back on again now with the, whilst the blade will go on in a minute. Come on, Keith, you can do this as well. All right. Cool. Snap. Okay. I'll probably need to remove this one then, because that will be need access. That seems loose for whatever reason, or not loosening. I'll try 4mm. That's interesting. Oh no, it is loosening. Okay. Ta-da, right, okay. Again, a little bit of a cleaner just of the particles that are in here. Alright, and then there's some bearings here and here that the blade runs on. And we've got a little bit of dirt on them, but they also seem to be running clear and clean. Lovely. Yeah, there's no play or anything in those, just on the blade guides. Okay, right, let's see. The direction is that way, isn't it? I thought that was, oh, there isn't, there's an arrow on it, so it goes that way. So we need the teeth coming out, facing down the ways. So I got these just at a screw fix, and I'm hoping, yeah, 14 TPI. They have a range going from kind of 10 to 18, and I think I just went for the 14. I think it was 14s that were on it, but I find the 18s are a bit, like I'm cutting a lot of mild steel and whatever else. 18s are good, but they're a little too detailed for the cuts that I'm doing. Ta-da. Okay, the moment of truth is this going to work? And need this to go down the ways. Wait a minute, it won't work yet because there's a lever. The lever, we have to move the wheel that way in order to loosen the grip. Looks like the right size. Go. Has to go in that channel. It's a bit fussy, but it's not too bad. Alright, let's get it down here. It's stuck. Why is it stuck here? There it is. There it goes. Oh, you get that in the head. Woo. I'm going to put it along the top first. This is a rookie job. I have never replaced a bandsaw blade in my life. So let's try it along the top first. And then twist it into the middle. Oh, that might be a better way. Yes, we're in there. And we're in there. That looks about right to me. Let's just tighten that up. Give that a bit of a run. Why won't you move? Oh, that wants to move the motor is why. That looks pretty good. I'm definitely impressed. I want to get that to sit down. I'm sure it'll take itself up, but it's sitting up proud there at the moment. Yeah, and that's That's what we want to happen. All right, looks pretty good. Let's get it on and give it a whiz. So, two questions have been answered, I suppose. One, that my repair held up quite well. Why is this not going back on? Oh, I see. That one needs to go to there, that one needs to go to there, and then it slides on. Good. Yeah, I don't think that's gripping. I don't think that's catching in anything in there. But we won't worry about it too much. So, yeah, right, bottom one first, top one, clip it in, and tighten it down. That's good. And then this is the little hub that I had to take off. You don't have to take the hub off, obviously, to do the blade, but I wanted to do that, obviously, to check my repair. All right. I think those are tight enough. Yeah. That's fine. Lovely. Good job. Let's see just what it's going to go like. I do have one more problem with this machine, and that is whenever it's set on the medium kind of speed rates, it wants to sometimes speed up and slow down of its own accord. In fact, actually, it doesn't even slow down of its own accord. It just suddenly wants to go fast of its own accord. So in those instances, you just have to let go of the trigger and start it up again. Ta-da! Noisy, but it's there. That's fantastic. Okay, job is a good one. And we're back to being very happy with this machine, and I've now got two more blades spare, which should last a good number of years. Thanks for tuning in. I'll put a link to the other the previous videos. You know, hey, it is what it is. they're not that watchable, but you never know.